Hey everybody, today I'm going to be making one of the dishes that I really love, and that is chicken pot pie. And this is going to be a very simple recipe because you're just going to put all your ingredients in your pan, give it a stir every now and then, and when you've got everything in, you're going to stick it in the oven and let it bake, and then it'll be ready. So we'll come on down to the stove, and I bought several of these, and I'm gonna start using these more because if I used a 9x13 pan, I would have a lot left, and sometimes we don't get all the leftovers eaten and then it goes to waste. So I'll be making less in the smaller pan, but anyway, I'll still tell you what a regular size amount should be. And in this bowl here, I've made about 6 or 7 pretty large chicken breasts. I boiled them all night in my crock pot here on low with just some salt and pepper. And when you put your chicken breasts in your pot, don't add water because your chicken will have a lot of water, and so you don't need to add water. And then you will have a beautiful broth, which you'll see in a few minutes, that comes from your chicken that you stewed. So I really have too much stuff crammed up here, and I apologize. That the first thing that we want to do is to put 3 or 4 good size pats, I guess you'd say, of butter in your pan, and just, if it's real soft like mine is, you can kind of stir it around a little bit and get it placed a little bit, and that's good. And then I diced the onion, and I diced it pretty small, except there are a few big pieces, but I basically diced it pretty small. And I'm just gonna put this right in on top of my butter. So get all that in there. And I'm gonna kind of spread that around like that. And I want to season that onion and butter with some salt and pepper. I'm a big fan of pepper and a pretty big fan of salt as well. Okay. Now we're going to take flour, just our regular flour, and you're going to put about, I want to say, about 1/4 of a cup of flour in your pan. And I can go ahead and move this, and probably you'd be able to see better. So there you go. And I'm going to give this a little stir. Now we're going to add some chicken stock. And I'm going to say about a cup of chicken stock. I'm going to have to turn my crock pot sideways to be able to get a cup. That's not quite a cup, so I'm going to go back in for a little more. And then we're going to give it another stir. And what I want to do next is add house seasoning, and that is just a mixture of your favorite seasonings that you use the most, that you have put in a jar so that when you need some, you have it all together. I've done a video on this. I'm not sure if it will be out before this recipe will or not. So just maybe a couple tablespoons. That should do it. Okay. And then we're going to add about half of a cup of milk. Stir it up. And now we're going to add our diced chicken. And I'm going to use probably about 2 cups of chicken in this. Make sure it has plenty of chicken in it. Okay. And just get that down in there. And to this, we're going to add a can of drained mixed vegetables. I like the canned vegetables better than the mix because I like my vegetables real soft. So we'll stir that up. And what we're going to do to finish this up, if you want to use a pie crust, by all means do that. I'm going to use stuffing because I love stuffing with chicken. I love it with pork chops, turkey, anything like that. So I'm going to use about half a bag. And sprinkle it over the top. And that's about half a bag. And now I'm going to get out a little more of the broth. And pour it over this stuffing. I think I'll put just a little bit more. And so I'm going to put it in the oven uncovered on 400 degrees for about 30 minutes until this stuffing is golden brown. And then we'll be back. Okay, this is our chicken pot pie. It looks really good and it smells really good. So I'm gonna give it a cut and we'll see what we think. It's pretty thick being in this deeper pan. And I just took it out of the oven, so if it had had a chance to rest, it would hold its shape a little bit better. So here's what it looks like. And I'm excited to give it a taste. I think I said I love dressing in anything. Oh, wow. This is really good. Really good. And I love the fact that you don't have to stir this and that and dirty up more pans than just the one you cook it in. This is really good. So, thank you so much for watching. Please give this a try. It's good. And take care. And I will see you soon. Do something good for yourself and someone else too. Bye-bye.